Good morning, I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style, and
Happy
it's Friday!
Yay! I've been waiting all week to say that.
Right?
You know?
Oh my God, and I even missed the first couple days of the week, but man, I need this 3-day weekend just to recover and get my voice back and feel like myself again.
Oh yeah.
And you need it after this week, oh my goodness, with all this fire and weather, and oh my gosh, it will be so nice to just have a long weekend and everybody can relax. And actually, you know, what we really haven't talked about at all this week is Hollywood and entertainment, and a lot of people might be headed out to the movies this weekend. And you know, Brian was telling us that Transformers came out on Wednesday in 3D, made $37.5 million on a Wednesday.
It's pretty good.
Isn't that cool?
And this weekend will be, I think, a good weekend to get out and see a movie, just because a lot of places are closed. A lot of the outdoor activities are going to be limited because of the fire issue. And of course, we want to remind everybody, don't shoot the fireworks.
Don't shoot the fireworks.
We don't need any more fires.
We definitely don't. And we'll talk, of course, a lot more about that. We also want to mention, though, I mean, if you're in the movie theater, you kind of have that air conditioning.
Yeah, that's nice
You can stay nice and cool, get the 3D glasses on, and have some fun. So that's an option. And another thing I wanted to mention, you know, because we're friends with Breaking Bad cast members. They've been on our show, and they were just in Hollywood promoting the brand new season, which is coming out soon. So get ready, New Mexico. Yes.
July 17th, AMC, 10 o'clock.
Yes, she's ready.
I am ready. And if you need to catch up, I also found out season 3 is on Comcast On Demand, so you can watch all of season 3, or
I need to do that.
If you are a late night watcher, you can stay up all night.
Really?
Every night, pretty much, I think every night, just about, they're doing like these marathon runnings of either on the weekends or just check it out. I know it was going to be on a lot between now and July 17th.
Very cool. Okay, I like that. Good information. Okay, now on a more serious note, of course, we must take note of the fact that firefighters are continuing to wage a fierce battle against the Las Conchas Fire, which has incinerated nearly 100,000 acres.
Right. It could be the largest fire in our state's history. And yesterday, strong winds, of course, pushed the fire north of Los Alamos, which was good for Los Alamos, but not so much for the Santa Clara Pueblo, because it pushed it right into the heart of that area. And the fire burned through forests and sacred sites and threatens the main water source for Santa Clara's 2,800 residents.
So let's check in with Mike Powers. He has the latest update. Mike, what is the latest right now?
All right, thank you very much there, Nikki. Heading into day 6 of the Las Conchas Fire, there's some good news and bad news concerning the fight to stop it. Firefighters are pleased with the holding of containment lines in the past 24 hours right outside Los Alamos and the National Lab. Now, the dangerous work the crews did in Los Alamos Canyon yesterday may have been able to stem the flow of fire coming in from that direction. However, just to the north of Los Alamos, as you alluded to a moment ago, the fire has damaged a sacred mountain on nearby Santa Clara Pueblo. Most of the acreage that burned over the last few days has been on Pueblo land. Officially, 93,000 acres have burned total, but when we get an update shortly, that number will certainly skyrocket to make this the largest wildfire in New Mexico history. The Las Conchas Fire is only 3% contained right now. There's no word yet when evacuated residents will be able to go home, but certainly not today, officials say, or not tomorrow. 1,000 firefighters are on the scene. Some have lit backfires to remove brush and other fuels, and they also coated a canyon slope with a thick line of fire retardant. Meanwhile, evacuations continue for the Donaldson Fire near Hondo that has covered 72,000 acres, and evacuations remain in place around Weed, New Mexico from the Little Lewis Fire, which has burned more than 1,000 acres so far. Nikki and Kristen, that's the story. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Mike. My goodness, it's just been quite a week, and I just hope it gets better. I really do.
Well, the conditions today, as far as the wind is concerned, the wind, a big factor yesterday, the winds are going to be better today, and of course I'll have the updated forecast for that area coming up in a minute.
Well, it's nice to have at least a little bit of a light at the end of this tunnel. And since Sunday, Sky Ranger pilot reporter Bob Martin has been flying over the Las Conchas Fire, giving us such amazing pictures. I mean, I just want to say from all of us, thank you so much, Bob, for all that you have been doing, because really it's been just a true testament to the work that you do, what you've done for us this week, and for all of the media really across the state.
And look at all of that smoke. And you know, air quality issues certainly with this fire too. And we're actually seeing some of that smoke getting pushed into the metro area today because of that change in direction. So we're seeing it right now, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue for us today. A lot of that smoke is going to get pushed into Angel Fire and Mora today too, as winds shift more westerly this afternoon. But yeah, some amazing pictures there. Just
unbelievable. It's devastating. It really is. And you know, I want to mention, and I guess it's on top of my mind because I have a cough and I have a cold, and I'm thinking about people who have any kind of respiratory problems or any kind of, you know, asthma or breathing problems. I think it's really important to stay indoors if possible, because you want to do whatever you can to protect your lungs. And, you know, as you said, some of that smoke's even going to push into the metro area, so really important for everybody to just stay on top of it and really protect your health.
Yeah,
on top
but
of
again,
your safety.
On a positive note, at least the winds are getting better, and hopefully that's going to help those firefighters try to get some more containment of that fire.
Good, and more good news, it is July 4th weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend for a lot of people out there who have a little bit of an extended weekend, as we do. And if you haven't made your weekend plans, here are a few really good ideas. First of all, the annual Roswell UFO Festival. How fun is that? That promises fun from this world and beyond all weekend. Guests can visit the crash site, alien attractions, and they can attend lectures about one of the most infamous cover-ups in history, of course. And you can log on to www.ufofestivalroswell.com for more information.
And of course, more going on this weekend. The Santa Fe Opera kicks off its 2011 season. That's tonight. So whether you're a novice or an aficionado, the world-renowned Santa Fe Opera is definitely a must. Not to mention the tailgate parties too. The season runs through August 27th, and for more information on that, just log on to santafeopera.org.
Probably the classiest tailgate parties ever for the opera, I would imagine. Everybody in gowns and, you know, their hair up. Anyway, Rio Rancho's 8th annual Pork and Brew is this weekend. We mentioned it on the show, of course, when we had our ribs the other day, and that's at the Santa Ana Star Center. This nationally recognized barbecue competition has something for everyone, so you'll really want to check it out. Log on to www.rioranchonm.org for a schedule of events. That should be fun, and bring your appetite to that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, the Blue Star Memorial Byway Marker honoring veterans will be installed at the Albuquerque Garden Center, and that's at 10120 Lomas Boulevard Northeast. And of course, you can get more information on that by logging on to albuquerquegardencenter.org.
Yes, and that's a good thing, because you know, we don't want to lose sight of why we celebrate July 4th in the first place, and that's a wonderful reminder. Now, here's another thing. A lot of people looking for jobs. We've been talking about that. If you want to spend some of your free time this weekend doing some job hunting, you should check out the great opportunities that are behind the scenes right here at CASA.
Yeah, CASA and our sister station KRQE, along with other TV and radio broadcasters throughout New Mexico, are offering jobs in news, advertising, sales, promotions, business administration, and even engineering.
Yes, and that's a really great way to begin your career in New Mexico's exciting world of broadcast. Just log on to broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com and you can get all the information on that.
And the virtual job fair does end today, so definitely get out and check it out.
I love to hear that there's so many opportunities, you know, because I mean, really, one of the, aside from the weather, one of the things that people talk about the most is unemployment and the economy. And so if there's an opportunity to get a job, and especially in a field like this, which is, you know, which you can grow with, and that's the nice thing about the TV industry, is wherever you start, whether it's in front of the scenes or behind the scenes, it is an industry you can grow in, because it's constantly changing and constantly evolving, and the media is such a big part of our life.
Right, and you don't have to just be a public speaker to work in this business either. I mean, sales, engineering, brains, that's the brains behind all of this, that's for sure, you know.
We are. There's so much that goes into television.
So there is a lot.
Oh, absolutely. And shooting, and, you know, I mean, not that kind of shooting. Shooting like with the camera, that's what I meant, of course. Okay, I've talked enough. I'm going to go cough. You tell us the weather, please.
Okay, it's looking better for us. Here's a look at the forecast.